Schoology can be used for sharing resources amongst each other in Schoology. So work together, work smarter, not harder, share. Great for teams and extracurricular groups. It's a great integration for Google and OneDrive, as well as YouTube and more. We also are proud of our student security and privacy. A repository of instructional resources can be found within Schoology, as well as an endless amount of possibilities. Hey, Kim, thank you so much. Kim just shared that under your NASD bookmarks, you can find Schoology. That's great. I also have a link just in case if you need it. Thank you, guys. I love that we're working together. So, Schoology and your gradebook. Many call it your student information system, but I call it a gradebook. So what's great about Schoology and having the PowerSchool gradebook is that your courses and the people that belong in the courses are going to be done for you. You don't have to worry about creating courses. You don't have to worry about adding students to courses. That is not something you ever have to worry about. It is done for you. Today, I'm going to invite you to create a sandbox, and we're only doing that so that you have a course to play with. You will not need to create courses anymore moving forward. Just for today, you'll create a course. Also today, I'm going to have you join my course. Unfortunately, I could not add you to them because of our different environments, but just know that your students will join their courses magically. You do not need to add them because you have the PowerSchool gradebook. Eventually, if you plan to use the PowerSchool gradebook passback, that means you can take grades within Schoology and those grades will sync to the gradebook for you. I'm not sure if that is what you guys will do, as I am not known on that information, but today let's just make sure that we have a good understanding of Schoology and then worry about if you'll use the passback at a later time. All right. Before we hop into what courses, groups, and resources are, let's get everyone logged into Schoology first. Again, Kim shared in the chat that you have an NASD bookmarks. Has everyone been able to find the Schoology button? And also, have you were able to get into Schoology? I'll give you guys just a moment to do that. Thank you, Kim. Kim made it in. Everyone else getting in? Yay, Kathleen is in. Yay, we got more getting in. This is so exciting. Again, for those that are just joining us, we are logging into Schoology. And the way that you get to Schoology is by finding your NASD bookmarks, and you should see Schoology there. Yay! Great work, everyone. We're getting in. Yay. Okay, so check out this. I have this app on my Chrome and it gives confetti. So, yay, I can send you guys confetti since I'm not there to celebrate with you. We'll use my little confetti cannon. If you taught during COVID, you might remember that. It was such a big Chrome extension. Great. So, in Schoology, I want to call out that Schoology has 3 different places that are our main areas that you use. The first one, when you click on it, these are going to be your courses. This is where the courses and the content happen. Again, you don't create these. The PowerSchool Gradebook creates these for you. You don't add students to these. The PowerSchool Gradebook adds students to them for you. The next one over are your groups. This is going to be where you have communication outside of the classroom. And then we have resources, and this is like your Google Drive or your OneDrive, but this is for Schoology resources. So let me kind of share that with you again. So again, courses, this is a backbone to teaching. These are governed by start and end date. So on the first day of school, your courses are going to show up magically. On the last day of school, your courses are going to go into an archived area of Schoology. They don't disappear. Anything that you do in Schoology does not disappear. There's always a place to find it. In groups, this is separate from the teaching and learning. The courses to me are very much like a two-way street. So the teacher posts resources, the students interact with it, the teacher provides feedback, where groups is really just a one-stop shop of communication and resources. We'll talk about calendars and whatnot as we get going. And again, resources is your virtual file cabinet of all things Schoology related. And those are our three main areas within Schoology. When you land into Schoology, you have what's called a homepage view. This is the recent activity look. What you see here under recent activity is posts that is happening in courses or groups that you are a member of. So I'm going to hop back to my screen. I'm going to click on that Schoology Learning at the top. Where I have Schoology Learning, you will have your district logo. When I come in here, as you can see, my recent activity is underlined. That is telling you that my landing page is recent activity. We have people posting to groups that I'm a member in. I also have some courses that are being posted, and very much like social media, the most recent post is at the top with the later posts at the bottom. If you take your mouse, and as you can see, I have this cool little pointer mouse to kind of point at things for you. Next to recent activity is course dashboard. If you'll click on that with me, it'll take you to our course dashboard. In this area, these are your courses in like a course card view. What's really great is that you can move these around. So as you can see, I am moving my courses around. This is great for our littlest learner because then you can move their courses to match their day. So homeroom is first maybe, and then reading, and then math, and then social studies, and then science. So they can move these around to match their day. All right. Moving back to my slides. We talked about moving our courses. Very good. We are going to now create a sandbox course, and then we are going to create, we're going to join my course. So first step is to create a sandbox course. So we will need everyone to follow along with me. And I know for some that's not fun, but for others, it's important that we stick together on this because what we don't want happening is a duplicating of other people's courses. So if you want to follow along with me, wait, before I do you already have a sandbox course to play around with? Because if you do, I won't go through those steps. But if you don't, I want to provide you with time to build a sandbox course. So someone could just let me know in the chat if you have a sandbox course. Kim says no. All right, let's create one together. So again, let's all stick together. I know this is hard, but this is the only time we'll do something like this, okay? So bear with me. I'm going to take my mouse and I'm going to select courses from the top navigation toolbar. So click on that. Take your mouse and drag it as far right as you can to where you see my courses. My courses should be under your name, but you'll click on that. So again, I did courses, and then I'm clicking on my courses. Your screen should look pretty similar to mine, where I have the list of courses on the left, but on the right, we want to get under this manage courses. Now, hopefully you have permission. Do you have permission where it says create course to click the button, create course? Please let me know. No, darn. All right, well, that's okay, guys, because I'm going to give you a sandbox course today for us all to play in. Don't worry about it. 1 second. Easy peasy. I used to this happening. All right, we are going to instead, very flexible, instead of clicking on the create course, do you have the button that says join a course? Hopefully you have that. Yay, okay. Let's click on the join a course. And I am going to put this on a slide that will make it really large. Okay, 1 second. I can't put it in my chat because my Zoom is not letting people copy and paste. I have no idea why. Okay. It's asking for a code. This is the code we want to type down. It has a P, a 6, a B, and a K. Type all of that in there with the dashes. You don't need the dashes. I just like them to kind of chunk your learning. And you can put them in. I use them all the time. It is not case sensitive. And I will read it out loud for those that might need to hear it. It's P6, B, K, B3, C7, R, F, S2, 5. Yay, people are coming in. Woo! Right now, just be patient with me really quickly because we have 24 people that are joining. And I want to make sure that everyone has joined and that everyone has permission to edit this course. So give me just 1 second while I do that. I appreciate your patience. And if there was anyone that had any issues, please unmute and let me know. I want to make sure that you are in here. Okay. I'm going to take the screen from the numbers and hopefully you were able to grab it. But you should all be able to be in a course that looks something like this. It is the Norris Down Sandbox course. I hope I spelled your spot right. Not the best at spelling. You would think ELA, right? I also went and allowed you guys all as admin. So as you can see, this badge next to your name means that you have admin rights to this to be able to create content. Let's not do anything with this course yet. So take a time out. I know you might want to click. If anyone's like Danny Patterson, I want to click everything. Don't do that just yet. Because reminder, we're all in here. It's like all of us being on a shared document at the same time. So just pause. What I'd love for you to do is to take your mouse and hover it over the tab. I'm on Chrome and hopefully you're all on Chrome, but that was my fault by not asking you to please be on Chrome. Hover over the tab, right click on your tab and select duplicate. So what we just did is duplicated our course twice. Okay. So now, oh yeah, of course. So I took my mouse, I hovered it over the Chrome tab. So again, here's my mouse. I'm dragging it all the way up to the left, up onto that tab on Chrome. Not on Schoology, I'm on the Chrome tab. I right click with my mouse and then I'm going to duplicate. So what that's doing is giving me 2 tabs of this course. I'm doing this on purpose. This is my little tech to help be more productive. Okay. On this new tab, we're going to go through those steps again, but this time you're going to join a new course where I am the administrator and only the administrator and you're the student, okay? So head over to the new tab Go courses again. I know this is a lot of clicking. Trust me. After this, it's not as clicky. Then take your mouse and click on My Courses again. So courses, My Courses. And we're going to join a course, and we're going to join this course now. I will put it in the chat, but again, you can't copy from my chat. It's very annoying. I keep trying to figure it out, and I don't know what the deal is. Okay, I think I know what's going on, Christy. Instead of clicking on Patterson Learning Leader Academy, you'll want to click on section 1 or whatever the name is next to it. I'll show you in just a moment once I'm done using this screen. I don't want to hop off of this. Yes, click on 2024. Thank you. Instead of the Patterson Learning Academy. All right, I have about 18 of you in here, so I'm going to wait for a couple more. I think I had 20 in my last group, so I'm going to wait till I see 20 and I'll move on. If you're having issues, please holler, let us know. We definitely don't want to leave any teacher behind. Oh, of course, Vanessa. I'm not going till I see 20. You're fine. Thank you. While we're waiting on 2 more people to join, I just want to say again, because I want you to hear it again, you do not create courses. As you saw, that button was not available to you, but you're only joining a course today for training. The kids will not do these steps. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Ugh, that sounds terrible, right? So reminder, the kids will not join courses. They will magically appear in your courses. You don't touch the join course, they don't do it. Have you ever go to any other PD with our team? That's the only time that you may join a course today or at any time. All right, I'm going to check in my course and see if I'm at 20 now. I'm missing 1. Vanessa, did you get in? Your last name? Yep, you're in. All right, hopefully whoever's left behind will join here in just a bit. If you are looking for this course and you see this long list of courses, this is where where you might have got stuck. You'll see it says Norristown Area School District, Elements of Elementary Danny. That is what I would like for you to click on. On the Norristown Sandbox course, you'll click on the 2024. The name that said Patterson Learning Leader Academy, that's my environment, just like yours is Norristown School District. So what my goal is here is that you have my course on the new tab, and then you have the Sandbox course on the old tab. So that's my whole goal here, is that you have 2 tabs open and no other. So close out Amazon, close out Taylor Swift shop. I don't know. Sorry, I like Taylor Swift. Christy, are you in yet? Don't want to leave you behind. Christy's got backup. Yay. Thank you for helping her. I can't hear you if you said anything. You're muted. You're fine. Christy, we're in now? Yes, awesome. Okay, cool. Let's get some confetti. Woo, we're all in. Okay. So I'm going to come back to my slides just because I want to talk about when you are looking, let's look at my course where you are a learner. In my course right now, the view that you see is what Schoology calls secondary view. To me, I wouldn't call it just technically secondary view, but they didn't ask me what to call it. So unfortunately, I didn't get to make any decision on that. But this is called the secondary view. Now, for our littlest learners, I bet you can imagine how that feels with all of this text. This is the first time they're in this platform. It's a lot. Let me just go to my screens. We do have what is called the elementary view within Schoology. And so I want you guys to stay in my course really quick. Don't leave my course where you see my welcome message. I have a discussion. I have a folder. I have a link. I want you to just stay right here. Don't leave. And I want to model for you how easy it is as a teacher to take that secondary view and change it for the students that need the elementary view, which looks like this. It's so simplified. There is not as many options on the left. They have cute big buttons. So again, I'm going to come back to my screen. I want you to stay here. Don't touch anything. Watch me. I want to share with you how simple it is. In this course options of my course where I am the admin, you don't have that role in my course, you're watching. I'm going to come down to this course settings. It says edit privacy / course settings. And when I click on that, I have some settings that I can mess with, but the big one I want to share with you is this course theme. As you can see, my course theme is set to secondary, and that's not what I want to do with you guys right now. I want to flip it over to the elementary. So I'm going to click on this drop down and I'm going to change it from secondary to elementary. And I'm going to click save changes. So now you're still in my class. You didn't touch anything. Go ahead and click refresh on your screen and check out the difference now. You should see something like this. Thoughts so far? Feel free to use the chat to share your thoughts, or you're welcome to unmute if you feel like it. Much better. Kim says much better. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Now I want to call out something. I'm going to go back. And the big part that I want to make sure that you understand is for the teacher, I turned it on elementary view, but nothing changed for me as the teacher. The teacher still sees that quote secondary view. Okay, let me say that again. Teacher sees secondary view no matter if it's secondary view or elementary view. If the teacher wants to know, what does this course look like? I'm going to share with you how that looks. Oops, I meant to add a student and I missed. 1 second. We'll just add 2 friends. Okay. Head into the course. Reminder, we have 2 tabs. We have my course and then the sandbox course. Hop into that sandbox course with me. See that there is a photo, a picture. Below that picture is course options. Click on course options, and I want you to see that you have the option to view course as. So as you are building your work, if you are wondering, what does this elementary view look like now that I've done this? What does that look like for the students? You have the capability to click on view course as and click on one of these kiddos and see what it looks like for them. We don't have any materials in here, guys, so there's nothing to look at yet. But as we work today, you may wonder, okay, I'm building this. How does it look? Feel free to use Rachel or Phoebe to see what it looks like for them. So know that you have that button. All right. Let's head back to my tab now. We are in my tab. And I'm going to leave the elementary view on for you guys so you can feel what it feels like at all times. You may notice that when you're looking at my course, these purple background with the yellow stars, those are Schoology's images that they will place in there for you. Now, we know I'm in a previous elementary teacher. I love some cutesy clip art. I do not love this clip art. So just take note that you may want to think about what is some clip art that you have. Now, Google Images has plenty of clip art. There's free Pixabay clip art. There's clip art galore. There's plethora of places to find clip art. If you're a Canva user and you like to build your own clip art and use your own color themes, go use Canva. I use the logo size. It's at like 1x1 square because it has to be this 1x1 square for it to work. So I am going to show you how easy it is for me to take that purple background and that yellow star and change it. With this Elements of Elementary, this is a folder, and we're going to look at a folder in just one moment. But again, I just want to share with you how easy it is to change the image, because as you can see, as I build content, it's going to say, hey, what do you want the image to be? And I just need to upload any image that I have on my computer. No, unfortunately not. Schoology does not have photos for your use. So that's why I told you of a couple of sites you might want to just kind of think about. And if you create an image and you love it and your teacher friends love it, share it with them. So now go ahead and click refresh on your screen. And you should now see that that folder that had the purple background and a yellow star now has a book with an apple on it. Very simple. I'm also going to give you some clip art you're welcome to use. It's not my favorite, but I'm still going to give you some. Great. Go ahead and click on that folder with me. And I'm going to go into my student view again. So I've clicked on the book with the apple. And as you can see, you are greeted by welcome. Let's get started. And when you click on this, you get a page. So this is a material type called a page, and we'll look at this in just a moment. But in this page, you have information here about today's learning. Take note that up on the top right, anytime you see this immersive reader, it can read the text for you. So again, let me make sure you guys are all where I am, because I know how I get click happy and I'm like, where was she? Again, I'm in our course. I clicked on the book with the apple, and I'm in the very first one that says, welcome, let's get started. And in here is a page with text on it. I just want you guys to check out this immersive reader because you'll see this everywhere in Schoology other than assessment. So let's click on it. And as you can see, this is going to read the text for the students.
Welcome to the training course. Use these.
There you go. With Immersive Reader, the students can mess with the speed, the selection of voice. They even have some buttons on the top right that they are welcome to mess with, like the size, the font, the themes. I love dark mode. They can even mess with the grammar. And then finally, you can turn on a picture dictionary, use a line focus, and even translate the document for students where English is not their first language. So let's see, I have my picture dictionary turned on. So when I click on groups, as you can see, I get some cute pictures of what groups might mean. I can even
Groups.
listen to that one word back. Any questions about Immersive Reader? Pretty neat, right? All right, let's give Immersive Reader some confetti. Yay! I don't have to read everything to my kids. Even though I like it, I liked reading to my kids. There's only one of me and 20 something of them, right? At any time you need to get back, just click that back arrow. It will get you back to where you need to get. All right. Okay, I'm going to shift us back to the sandbox course now. I know I keep going between the two, but I'm doing this on purpose. I want you to try these things out. So head to the sandbox tab where we have a blank course in front of us. And let's click on the button that says add materials. And let's start with a folder. So once you click on add materials, you'll click on add folder. Yay, we are going to create a folder. So in my notes, I have that you guys are coming from Google Classroom. What I recommend is that you organize your course as you organize your Google Classroom course. I've seen Google Classroom, my kids have used Google Classroom, and I know automatically Google Classroom creates the week of for you. That's wonderful. Schoology, you have to create that yourself. So you just need to title your folders in organization based off of what you're used to. Some districts that I come from, we did by 6 weeks, some did 9 weeks, and then inside of it was week of. So first 9 weeks, second 9 weeks, so on and so forth. Today, we are just going to, for practice, give us our own folder to build in. So go ahead and title your folder your name. Very simple to create a folder, just type in the title. You have some really robust colors to choose from. And we know a good color. Reminder, the students don't see the color of the folder as much as they see that featured image. So the folder color is more for us because we, the teacher, see the secondary view. The students see an elementary view. Now you're welcome to put a description on the folder, but again, the students don't see the description. They just see the featured image. So the description would be more for you. Maybe this is going to be classroom information. Maybe I'll have schedules and maybe it'll have like a get to know Mrs. Patterson. So this is more for me, like what is it that I'm putting in here so that when I reuse this course next year, I remind myself what it is that I put in here. All right, let's get to the edit image. And I'm going to share an image with you guys in the chat so you don't have to go find one. So 1 second. Let's see, which cute one do I want to use today? How about, sorry, there's so many to choose from. It's hard to pick one. Okay, we'll use this girl with a light bulb. So in the chat, I just shared a little circle of a girl. She has a light bulb. You'll want to download that to your computer. And you may just want to save it like in your downloads or on your desktop. But I just wanted to provide you with one clip art to try. If you already have clip art on your computer because you love clip art like me, don't use mine. You don't have to use mine. But I just wanted to give that for those that may not have one. And I don't want to send you out into Google to go find one. I'll lose people quickly. Okay. So with that image now, if you click on the featured image where it says edit image, click on that. And now it allows you to upload. Select upload and then find where you saved that image. You have a lot. There you go. I'm going to pause. If anyone needs anything, please unmute or just put a message in the chat. You can even send me a private message if you're embarrassed, but we're all here to help you. All right, anyone having any issues or are we good to go on? All right, I think we're good to go on. I want to talk about what you see at the bottom. The bottom allows you to publish and unpublish work. For me, I want you to look at my screen real quick and I want you to take note how in our folder that had the book and the book with the apple on it, I have things that I have published and I have things that I have unpublished. So working with the littlest learners, I highly recommend that if it is not something that they need now, unpublish it. They don't need it because the more things that are published, the more distracted they might be. They want to click in there, they'll get lost. You guys know we're learners just like them. We like to click around. If you are not using this folder, maybe it was from August and it's May, just unpublish it. They don't need to see that. You can publish things as you go. You can even have a publish on start date. So you don't have to worry about running to your computer and publishing it for you. You can have it published on it by itself on a certain date. You can also have it published during a date range. So I could say I want this published on Monday, and then on Friday for our week of, we're doing that whole week of, I can say I would like for this to be published, get out of my way, on Monday the 27th. I know that's a holiday. And then I would like for it unpublished on the 31st. I can say 8 a.m. on the 27th and then close Friday at 4. You don't have to worry about managing it at 8 a.m. The Schoology robots will magically do it for you, and the same thing on Friday at 4. Go ahead and click create. And let's see how many folders we have in here. Good job, everyone. Look at that. Now I'm going to move. Look at how simple it is for me to move. I'm going to move my folder at the top just so that I can find it quicker. Great job, everyone. You guys did it. Way to go. More confetti. If I were there, I'd hand out candy. Okay. Let's look at it as a student view and see how it looks. You guys are welcome to do the same thing. View the course as a student view and check out all these beautiful photos. Yay! Oh, look at that puppy. Now, you don't see my folder. You're probably like, wait, where's Mrs. Patterson's folder? Reminder, mine was unpublished, so you don't get to see that one. And it did not stay at the top. Okay. All right, I'm going to take our mouse and I'm going to click on back into my course. If you would join me into my course. Let's head back into that Elements of Elementary. And I would like to take you into this folder that says Getting Started, Building in Courses. So again, let me go through the steps again, just in case you're like, where is she? I'm in our course, the one where I'm the admin, not where you guys are playing the sandbox. Click on the book with the apple. And then I am in the bottom folder that says Getting Started, Building in Courses. All right. In here, we have some things for you. This first page, when I open it, is going to just remind you of the elementary experience. These are things that I have already shared with you, but again, I'm giving it to you as a resource. This folder is going to be full of them. You guys are going to see, man, she gave us a lot of stuff. Yes, you get to keep all of this. This is for you so that you can be successful moving forward. At the bottom, we even have a copy of a template for you so that you can create that 1-by-1 image size. And when you click on it, it's going to allow you to make a copy of a Google drawing that is the size of that Schoology elementary bubble or button. I saw a speech bubble. Again, I like Canva. I get nothing by sharing Canva. I pay for Canva out of my pocket. They don't pay for my Canva. And I use the logo. And the logo is this perfect square. And I make all my clip art. All right, let's take our mouse and let's take it to the back button to go back a page where we'll land here. And again, I just want you to see that we do have folders in here. And we have some examples of course organization in the elementary experience. So this second purple star is the elementary experience course organization. And in here is a media album. A media album is very much what it sounds like. It's a photo album. So in here, you can see some examples of how teachers have organized their elementary courses. This is an example of an elementary course that is organized by month. So August, September, October, November. To go to the next picture, you click on this beautiful next button right here. Here's an example that is organized by day of the week. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Going to take the next button, click it again. Organize by folders for each content area. So there's a math folder, an ELA folder, a social studies folder, a science folder. The next one, we have units of study. Unit 1, 2, 3, and 4. Our next button, we have organized by just tasks, where it says today's tasks, stations, reading logs. And again, these are probably photos that match your cute classroom theme if you have one. I don't know if classroom themes are still a thing. 6, we have multiple subjects in one course. This is a good 5th grade example. Look, we even have a folder for parent volunteers. We have a folder for a weekly newsletter. We have a folder for the star of the week. Here's an example of an activity where we got, if you give a mouse a cookie, step 1, they need to do this cause and effect. They have a discussion, an assignment, so on and so forth. This is subject per course. And then our last one, we have a type of material where you have homework folder, testing quizzes, discussions, projects, reading logs, and parent resources. All of this just to show you that we have provided you some samples on how that might look. If you decide to organize your course and you need some ideas, there's some examples for you. Go ahead and take your mouse and let's click that back button. The next item I'd love for you to open up is the folder and material images to download. So in here is a media album of clip art. Yay, I found it. I knew it was coming. Again, I like to make my own clip art, but here are some for you to use. If you want to use those numbers as we go through today's work, you are welcome to download these. And let me share with you how you download. Unfortunately, you can't download the whole media album at once. You can only download one image at a time. So if I want this number 1, I'm going to click on it. Now I can right click Save Image As, or if you click on the 1.jpg, it's going to download it immediately to your downloads. So grab a couple of clip art so that you can use them for today's session. I'm just going to grab 1, 2, and 3. And if anyone needs me to back up and get you here because you are click lost, let me know. I can do it again. All right, Christy, let's get there. Start back at the course. So again, we're in my course. It should have Elements of Elementary, Danny. In here on the 3rd folder down that says Elements of Elementary, Getting Started. Once you click in there, I'm at the very, very bottom. It says Getting Started, Building in Courses. And then once you're in here, I am in that very second folder, Organizing Your Course with Folders. And then from there, I'm in the folder and material images to download. And these are clip arts for you. Yay, you found it. Woo, confetti, yay. Again, we're just downloading a couple of photos so that we have it for our training. Any questions so far? Feel free to use the chat. All right, I don't know why this is. All right. Okay. Let's get started with a couple of more things that I want to share with you. Hold on to what you have because we're going to be using those here in just a bit. So stay tuned to those. What I wanted to do is, okay, what I'd love to do is I was trying to see if I had the resource I was looking for. 1 second. Okay. Okay. What I'd love for you guys to do, sorry, my fault. My computer is moving super slow. There we go. Check out and find. Do, 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 do. Okay, we are good to go now. In my course, I'm going to go back to view the course as. I just want to call out something that you get with the elementary view that we would talk about later at a later time. I just want to call this out because I think this is really exciting and you guys are a great group. So I'm going to share with you anyways, but go ahead and take your mouse and let's make sure we're at my course of my landing page. I'm still in that book with the apple on it, but I've added an assignment for you guys because I wanted you to see why the elementary view is really cool for kiddos. When you click on this, students have the capability to submit work in different modalities. They can take a photo as their submission. They can record a video. They can record audio. They can upload. They can even type. And look at how cute this little piece of paper is for them to type on. So what I would love for you to do is just select one and just see how neat it is as a learner to submit work this way. Again, it wasn't planned to go over with today, but I want to share with you anyways, rather than you seeing a screenshot of it, because I'm just supposed to show you the screenshot, I want you to see how cool it is. Again, it is the assignment titled Check Out an Assignment. Now, if we were to be using the secondary view, the way that students would submit an assignment in the secondary view looks like this. They have this pop-up window. If they wanted to submit a file, they would click on this button here. If they wanted to submit a video or audio, they would click on the microphone. If they wanted to type, they would need to click on create. So you can see the difference between the secondary view of assignments and an elementary view. And again, I just wanted you to click the buttons because it's so much more rewarding to click it than see it on a screenshot. Now the teacher, if you want to look at my screen, if you're like, what does that look like for the teacher? Again, the teacher still only gets that secondary view. And as you can see, I have students submitting work. I won't open them, I promise. But this allows you to go in and read whatever they typed, watch whatever video they might have submitted, or even audio. Anytime you see that microphone in Schoology, that means you have the capability to video or audio record. All right, we enabled the elementary experience already. All right, I'm going to come in and I'm going to publish a new folder in my course. If you're following along with me, again, I am in my course. I'm going to get the view just like yours. I'm still in that folder, but I did just publish a new folder. So below the assignment is a folder titled Communication, Updates, Announcements, Event, Pages, and Badges. I'm going to get in there. And I just want to talk through different ways to communicate within Schoology. We'll talk about pages, and then we'll talk a little bit about badges. Right, in that communication, in here we have some resources for you again. It's very nice to use Schoology for a PD because I'm just going to hop in these and talk about it. So the first things first is about course updates. Know that with elementary view, when you use the course updates, the students will not see them just as they would with the secondary view. This is here just to kind of explain that to you a little bit further. You also have the capability to send messages within Schoology. We also have calendar invites. We'll talk about pages in just a moment, but there is just some more information for you here. Again, I'm going to model these for you. You're not just going to read. I just want you to see that you have all of these resources. All right, let's talk about that communication and how that looks. So first things first, messaging. Let's talk about messaging. Up on the top right of your Schoology, you have different ways you can message. The fastest way to send a message is by clicking on this envelope at the top right of your Schoology platform next to the bell and selecting New Message. Now, you just start typing a name and it will populate in the To field. You can send a message to somebody here on the Zoom and say, hey, how's it going? Or send it to a friend across the room. But I'm going to send a message to my student, Rachel Green. And I'm going to say, let's have a conference. Huh. All right, in here, I want to call out a couple things you see. Anytime you see this icon with like papers on it, that's file. That means I could attach a file. So if I needed to send the PDF that I sent home with the student and I need to message it to them, I can do that. Or if their parents are in Schoology, and I'm not sure where you guys are at on that, if you're adding parents to Schoology, but I would attach that file here. I can link to external websites if necessary. I can pull from my resources, which also includes my Google Drive. And I even have that audio video recording. Very simple. Again, working with the littlest learners, I can audio or video record it and send them that message. Click send. And I'm going to hop over in Rachel Green's account. When Rachel Green logs in, she will have a notification that she has messages. And when I open it up, she can view the message right here within Schoology. She can even respond to the message here as well. Now, know that students cannot message students. Teachers can message teachers. Teachers can message students. Students can only message teachers. That's it. So once your kids get into Schoology, get ready. You're going to get some cute messages throughout the day. You do receive an email of the message. So not only does it show up in Schoology, it shows up in your email. You can respond to it from your email and it will respond in Schoology as well. I love apps. And so Schoology does have an app. It is not made for teachers. It is made for students. So feel free to download that app if you want to be easily accessible and students be able to message you, and you'll get the notification in Schoology. All right. Let me come back to my course. So again, that's one way to communicate with parents or with students or whomever, is that envelope to be able to do so. Another way is by using pages and links. We're going to talk about pages and links today. Okay, those are going to be our two great ways to communicate with parents. So let's take our mouse and let's head over to the sandbox course to the left. I am going to go inside of my folder. You guys go inside of your folder. In here is a place where we will, again, add a page to communicate with parents and also a folder. My understanding is that you guys have links that you want to share out there. And so I want to make sure today, before we are done, you understand how to share those links, where you can post those links, and also a page as well. Let's start with a link. A link is the easiest one to use. So again, hopefully you're in the sandbox course. You're inside of your folder. We all learned how to create a folder. Let's select that add materials. The one that we went through is folder. Assignment is what I created for you guys to see those buttons. Those are really cool. Assessments we'll talk about later, but we're going to get to the add file / link / external tool. When you click on that, you have the capability to attach a file. So again, if you have a document that you're printing off to send home to the kids, it is such a great idea to just go ahead and upload it into your course so that if that black hole of a backpack makes that paper disappear, they at least have a digital copy here in the course. So take your mouse and click on link, because that's what we're going to work on right now. I want to make sure everyone understands link. You'll add your link that you want the students to access. You'll give it a title. The title is up to you. So even though the link might be your Google Meet link, you can title it Meet Mrs. Patterson or Come to My Office Hours. You get to decide what the link title is for the students to view. And don't forget about that picture. So if this is coming, I'll just say we'll do Meet Mrs. Patterson. If this is coming to you and it's about you and it's a meeting with you, edit that photo and add your photo or your Bitmoji or something. And I've given you a couple of photos. We downloaded a couple of photos. You are welcome to use those. Don't click add yet, because I want to talk you through what you see at the bottom. At the bottom, anytime you see these 3 dots, this means you get to individually assign things to your students. So if this link is just for a student and not all the students, if you click on that, start typing Rachel Green in here, you can see how easy it is to individually give work for one student or students, multiple students. The next option is to display in Schoology. What that means is that the link will open up inside of Schoology and not in a new tab. Let's leave it that way for now. If you find out that you would rather the link be opened up in a new tab, you can always change that. Anytime you see this green circle, that is going to give you the opportunity to publish it or unpublish it. And we talked about that with folders. This is just another example of how you can publish and unpublish as you build materials within Schoology. All right, click add. All right, hopefully everyone added a link. Let's go and take our mouse, go course options, view course as, and go in and view how your link looks now to everyone or to your students. So view course as, select Rachel Green or Phoebe, and go into your folder and check out your link. And it's supposed to show up here, right here, but this link is not playing nice. I'm gonna get the right link. You would think I would know what it is. Oh, I forgot the 2024, that's why. So the students ideally are not leaving the platform. Schoology is still here. The link that they need is here. Ideally, the course is a one-stop shop. Everyone comes to here to get everything that they need. I don't need a bunch of tabs open. Any questions about the linking feature? Everyone feel like they understand how to link, because I want to make sure that that's a big one. I know you guys have links that the students need to access, so I want to make sure that you do understand that. All right, we are going to now work on a page. A page is really cool. Think of a page as informational. So what is it important that your students need to know? I know that you guys come from a Google Classroom, so you get these areas in a Google Classroom to type text that gives students more information. I don't know what it was called in Google Classroom, but in Schoology, we call it a page. So think of pages as informational pieces of paper for them to read digitally. So in my course, in the folder that has my name on it, I'm going to select Add Materials. I'm going to select Add Page. Go ahead and title your page whatever it is that you want to title it. I'm just going to be very bland and call it page example. All right. From here, I want to call out that you get this really nice rich text editing toolbar across the top. This allows you some formatting. The formatting is very basic. There's not some fancy stuff you can do here. If you want to do fancy stuff, I'd recommend doing it on Docs and then copying it over here. But for today's example, we're just going to use what it comes with. So I like a good table. Tables are fun for me because they look really clear for the students. They know exactly what's expected of them. So I just added a table to my page, and I may title this Station 1 and Station 2. Same concept here within Schoology. I can add photos into this page. I can add media, which could involve embed codes. I can use symbols, equations, and latex. I don't think we'll be using it with this group. I can pull content from my Google Drive. So those slides that you have, I can embed them right here on this page so the kids can just look at the slides here. If I have videos in my Google Drive, I can pull them straight from my Google Drive here. If my videos are out on YouTube, I can also grab them from YouTube right here on my page. So the students can watch the video right here in Schoology and not opening it up into a new tab. We know how busy YouTube gets, and we don't want them on YouTube. All right. Then why don't you feel free to try whichever one you would like to try out. If you would like to add an image, add an image. If you want to pull something from Google Drive, go ahead and do that. If you want to grab something from YouTube, go ahead and try that step out. I'm going to do a little bit of everything. For those that might want to see what I'm doing, you are welcome. If you have questions, feel free to ask, but I want to give you guys time to try this out. I'm adding a photo first. Then I'm going to grab from my Google Drive. If you're doing the Google Drive, you'll want to be sure to add the file from your Google Drive. Select the file you would like to share with Schoology, and then be sure to use the embed. Again, this may be something you're like, nope, I won't be sharing slides with my kids. That's fine. I just want to share that with you. And reminder, this session is being recorded, so you are always welcome to scrub the bar to this part of the session, and I just want to model for you how neat this looks. Anyone having any issues with pages or need any help, please let me know. All right, let's pull you back and let's look at my screen now. I just want to call out again, the student is in our course. I am inside of my folder that says Danny Patterson. When I go into that page example, I have embedded those slides on here, which is beautiful if you can see. I even have the YouTube video embedded right onto this page. So the students don't need to open it up in a new tab. They didn't get the ads that come before YouTube. They don't have all of those advertisements to watch other YouTube videos. It's all right here within Schoology. Again, I have not left Schoology. Ideally, the big goal about Schoology for our littlest learners is that they come here to get all the links that they need to be successful. And then, of course, I added a photo. Pages are wonderful. Any text that you have, the immersive reader option is there for you to be able to play it out, or it'll play for them, any words that you have on the screen. All right. So let me just talk a little bit more about the materials within Schoology. Our course material types are categorized into two different ways. We have informational, which you just saw informational. You saw informational with folders. Ta-da! You saw informational with links. We did not try a file. File is very self-explanatory. I think it's very easy to explain. If you want to practice it, you are welcome. Then we looked at pages. And again, a page is very much like a website that you get to add as much text as you want on it. What you can do on a page, this rich text editing toolbar, you can find on assignments, on discussions, and on assessments. So once you know how to use one area of Schoology, you're going to see how easy it is to use other areas. All right, let's talk about those interactive pieces in Schoology. So these are going to ask students to interact. The first one is a media album. Let's go interact with a media album that I have for you guys. So come back to my course, and I'm going to view course as, just so that I'm seeing the same view you are. In here, again, we're going to stay within this Elements of Elementary. In here, I have a nice to meet you media album. Head on in there. Once you get in there, it's going to invite you to share a photo, and you are welcome. No pressure, no one's making you. You are invited to share a photo. It says of the first day of school, but ideally, we just want you to try uploading a photo. That's all that I'm asking for you. You could have the photo on your computer. You can go download one offline if you would like. But again, we're in the Nice to Meet You media album. When you open it up, as you can see, we have Vanessa was successful, Angelina was successful, Catherine was successful. Thank you. All I want you to see is how simple it is to add a photo to this media album. While you are adding photos, I love that puppy. While you're adding photos, I want you to think about how might you use a media album with your learners? Oh, I love this. You guys are doing a great job. And I just want to thank you. I know how hard it is to sit through a training and stay focused on a training. I've been in your seats before, so I really appreciate it that you are. It really means a lot to me as a trainer and facilitator. So thank you guys. Oh, that's a cool photo. Take note that when you are in the photo albums, you can click on people's photos. I have the commenting feature turned off, but if it were turned on, you do have the capability to comment, but I just turned mine off. Thank you guys for participating in my media album. Let's head to the Sandbox course and let's let you create a media album and see how simple it is. During COVID, my kiddos, my school district was using Schoology, and my kiddo was in COVID during kindergarten. It was like, oh, so hard. I was working really hard with him to build those foundational school skills from computer. That was really hard. But one of the things that the teacher did was when he was learning his alphabet, she created a media album per letter. So A had a media album, B, and it was really cool that they got to go around their house and take a picture of something that started with a B and add it to their media album. And then they went and looked at everyone's photos. And I, as a parent that was doing a lot of the learning with him, I enjoyed it too. We had a lot of fun looking at the photos together. So inside of, I'm back, by the way, I'm back in that Sandbox course. Not my course, the Sandbox course. I'm in my folder, and let's create a media album by clicking on Add Materials, and it says Add Media Album. Media album, again, you cannot grade a media album. This can only be, it's an interactive tool. It is not to grade. Go ahead and title your media album. I'm going to call this the, why is my brain blanking? Best day of school. Right? It asks for a description. You're welcome to put a description in it. Reminder, immersive readers there to read it for the kiddos if necessary. Again, you may want to encourage the use of anytime you see this featured image to go ahead and add an image. I do have a picture camera. And let's talk about the options at the bottom. We have individually assigned. We have publish and unpublished. You've seen these before. We saw them on linking. And then this is where you get to decide, do you want the kids to be able to comment on them? Probably not, so go ahead and turn that off. The graduate with the stoplight next to them, this states at default that instructors and students can add media. If I turn it off, it's set to where only instructors can add media. So you get to decide who gets to add media. Also, this is a great time if you want to copy any of this to your other courses, you can click this clipboard right now and send it to your other courses. Go ahead and click create. It will invite you to add the first photo. You are welcome to add your first photo, but for this example, I'm going to click cancel because we already went through that when you were in my course. And then let's go view the course as Rachel or as Phoebe so we can see what they see. Best day of school. Any questions about media albums or anything up to this point? You guys have been a very quiet group.
I have a quick question, Danny. So it looks like I uploaded my things to just like the sandbox in general and not in my folder. Is there a way to move it into my folder?
Great question. Which one's yours, Vanessa?
So
Which one's
I moved it underneath. It says example page and then Memorial Day weekend.
okay, and then you're here. Okay. So great question. How does she put this work into her folder? Thank you for making this mistake because then I get to teach you. So I'm going to click the arrow next to your folder to expand it, and I can see your link is in there. And I'm going to take your page and I'm just going to drag it right inside of that folder, and I'm going to let you do the media album. But it's very simple to just drag and drop right inside of folders. You can move your course materials around. I clicked on the drop down arrow next to it, drag and drop right in there. Very simple, right, Vanessa? Yes.
Thank you.
Of course. Thanks for asking. And since we're talking about it, it's again so easy to move things around. If I need to move Kathleen's folder up to the top, I'm just going to drag it to the top. Kathleen is now at the top of the class. If I need to put content between Kathleen's folder and my folder, I can hover my mouse over this gray line. And when I do that, I get this green dotted line with a plus. When I click on that, I can now add the content between things. When you select add materials and add it, it's going to go to the bottom of the course. So you'll just have to move it. But if you know for sure, I want it right between Kathleen and my folder, I can click on that line and add it right there. One really great thing about Schoology is that you can even take your folders that you're building and you can copy straight to your courses from here. So when I click on copy to courses, this will go to all of my other courses that I might have. Now, I mentioned at the start about having groups. I'm going to talk about that here in a moment. But once you create a group, if you have the permission to create groups, but once you have, like, for example, a third grade group, we can share this to our group resources. So I can build this week's work, put it in the group resources, and all of my third grade teachers can come in and they can add it to their courses. So we can work smarter and not harder here. All right, let's talk about the next material type. The next material type we have are discussions, and a discussion is very self-explanatory. You provide a prompt, the students can respond to the prompt, but they can respond to the prompt using a microphone, or they can record audio, or they can record audio or video. So the prompt doesn't always have to be typing text, they can use audio or video. Assignments, we looked at assignments. But I did want to call out that we do have Google Drive assignment, which allows you to create a slideshow, and then each kid gets their own individual copy of that slideshow. Unfortunately, today we're not going to get to that, but I do want you to know, as a district that's coming from Google Classroom, all of that work that you have done is wonderful, and Schoology will support you on using those materials with the students. There's also an annotations assignment. What that looks like is that you post a PDF of a worksheet and students can write on it, digitally write on it, of course. They can write on it using colored pens. They can highlight with highlighters. They even get text box, so they could put text box on and type. It's all very user-friendly. Again, you just upload the template and then it gives each kid its own copy of the template for them to annotate on it. But that's using an assignment. All right, assessments. Unfortunately, we won't have a lot of time to get to assessments today, but just know that assessments is a great feature. Again, they did not ask Danny Patterson what to call this because I would not call it an assessment. I would call it an activity because those worksheets that you have or those task cards that you have that you copy, you use your colored copier, those can be used as assessments and students can be working on that during their stations. And instead of cheating by looking at the cheat sheet, which is what my kids would do, they would be able to submit a couple of task cards at a time and then get an immediate feedback on how they did. They'll get like a score. Doesn't have to be worth a grade, just going to give them feedback. Did I get it right or did I get it wrong? Also, those worksheets that I don't love where you cut and glue because we're labeling a flower. That's fun here and there, but sometimes I just want them to do that as an activity instead of a whole class activity. So then I can share that with them by creating an assessment where we have a label image, labeling image. Can't have a cupcake. Yay. All right. Assessments are really cool. I'm again sorry that we don't have the time to go through that today. I really truly feel like there's not enough time today to do assessments, especially with elementary teachers. I have so many good ideas. I can talk about it forever, but I encourage you to add this as something to try. Now, I heard you guys are Google and you have probably Google Forms that you're using as assessments. Just know that copying from a Google form into Schoology is so seamless. Copy, paste, copy, paste. You have images in there, copy, paste, copy, paste. It all transfers over so nicely. The perk of the Schoology, though, is going to give you those grades that you then can sync to your gradebook, possibly. All right, we have some tips for you as you get going, and so I'm going to share those tips with you. The first one Oh my gosh, you guys are so awesome waiting for me. So sorry about that. A little fun fact for you, but I live in Texas. I think I told you guys that. And we had a tornado hit on Wednesday. So today's the first day I've had internet and it's been doing so good. And I was like, yay. So I guess my internet just kicked off, but I do have a hotspot. So I hopped onto my hotspot. So thank you guys again for being patient. You can tell you guys have taught during COVID when technology just does weird things. So again, I appreciate you guys being patient with me and hopping back on. So again, I'm gonna back up. I don't know how much you heard before I got sent off, but again, you have the capability to, I want to make sure my screen is sharing. Okay. You have the capability to use audio and video tools all over Schoology. Anytime you build something like an assignment, for example, you have that audio video button and it's that microphone. The microphone allows you to record yourself. Students can record themselves. You guys saw that with the assignment feature. But again, anytime you see this microphone, that's going to allow you to record. So when you go to give your students instructions and you type it in text, I encourage you to use the audio or video. That one's really cool. Also using images, those course images, your friend. And you probably are wondering, how do you make course images? Well, there is Google Drawing, there is slides. I personally use PowerPoint because I love all the fonts that I downloaded. But Canva, and again, I keep giving Canva a shout out. When you go into Canva and you search for Schoology course, they have Schoology course images for you. So go use theirs, change them up to be your name. But they do have Schoology course images. And it's just so much nicer as a student to see their courses like this. I have my ELA in yellow, my homeroom in green, my math in pink, and science in blue. When I go into the course, all of the folders are yellow. In my classroom, guess what color the basket is to turn in their ELA work? It's going to be yellow. In my classroom, anything that I have, I'm just going to connect yellow to ELA. So again, using course images allows students to make connections. When I've worked with little learners, we talk about anchoring, right? Anchor charts, anchor this, anchor that. Well, they anchor their learning with images 3 different ways. They first look at color, then they look at like icons, and then they go to read text. So they go 3 different routes. If they have to get to text, they're going to be immediately frustrated, especially depending on how your courses come over. I'm very lucky that my courses are typed out nicely, but at the district that I worked at, there was like a number associated with it. So that was what they saw, like 532-123, and that's frustrating. So again, encourage you to use. Now, I know you guys are using my Sandbox course for today's learning, and I don't want to ask everyone to go change the course image, but I do want to call out that you do in your own courses that you are a learner in, that belong to you, that are courses the district gave you, I guess is what I'm trying to say. You can hop in one of those, head over to that box, hover over it, and select Edit Picture. And you'll see that Schoology has photos for you available, or you can attach your own, which is what I recommend. Create your own somewhere. Again, drawings, slides, Canva, Photoshop, whatever you guys want to use. All right, so we talked about images and we've been creating. Let me see what the rest of my slides have. We can talk about discussions. We did assignments, assessments, media albums. I know in my notes, you guys are not really grading much. You guys are just using it for accountability. So I won't talk about grading much. Do we want to see a discussion? Would you guys like to see how to create a discussion? Yes. Okay. I saw somebody say yes. All right. Let me come in here. I'm just going to publish a couple things for you just so you have them. I'm just going to publish all this. All right. I have a parking lot. Let's have you guys do a new one. Okay. In your sandbox course, why don't you follow along with me so that you can create a discussion along with me? So you're in your folder with your name on it. We're going to select the add materials and we're going to select add discussion. All right, a discussion is very easy, looks very familiar to a page. And again, that's on purpose. Once you know how to use a page, you're going to have a lot of freedom on how to build all kinds of things. So discussion example. Please tell me tell me what is making you happy today. So I'm going to give you the discussion prompt, which you are welcome to create your own discussion prompt in yours. And I am going to use a GIF. I love a good GIF. Anyone hates Taylor Swift, I'm so sorry. I'm going to bold it. Let's make the size really large. I can even change the color. All right, I'm going to add my image with the featured image. Okay, and be done with it. Come on, mouse. Hair on my mouth and it acts weird when that happens. Okay. All right, hopefully you were able to create that discussion as well. Very simple, just click, add your text in there. If you want to hop into my course on the other tab after you've created your discussion, hop into my course in that Elements of Elementary. I published a discussion asking you what is making you happy today. And you are welcome to test out responding. So you can tell me what's making you happy. You can insert content or feel free to use the audio video tool. Again, I want you guys to see how easy it is so that your learners can also follow along. Yay, same thing, Stephanie, I agree. Woo. I'm gonna go back so I'm not. It is. Let's see if my emoji sometimes work and sometimes it doesn't. Let's see if it'll work today. Will I get lucky? Nope, no emojis today. Woohoo, you guys are doing great. It's 2:16 for me. I think it's 3:16 for you guys. You guys are probably counting down the minutes until you can go. I get it. We are almost there. You guys have done a great job. All right, great work. We had a couple of you participate in my discussion. Thank you so much. Let's go through a couple more pieces that I just want to make sure you know is available to you. If you want to take your mouse and if you want to hover over your name at the top right, take notice that you have a profile that you are welcome to edit. I know a lot of you joined my course and you are a blue rectangle. If you want to change that and be a nice headshot of yourself, you can always come over here, put your mouse over to that blue box, select edit picture, and upload a picture. If you want to update the information here, you also can click this edit button and have some time editing. So go ahead, use this time right now to take away being a blue rectangle into being a real person. And I can tell here we've got some of you. If it allows you, if you don't have the permission to do this, just let me know. I don't want you guys to, I don't want to sit here thinking you're doing it and you can't. See, Joseph was able to change his. Angelina did hers. Yay. Again, click on your name, select your profile, and that is where you get to change your profile picture. Yay, look at you guys go. Good job. All right, so I am going to stop my presentation piece because I want to encourage this time for you guys to ask questions that are specific to your needs. What questions do you have that will allow you to walk away from today and start trying Schoology out and making sure that you have a good understanding? What are some barriers? Because I definitely want to help you. Feel free to put it in the chat or you can private message me. I won't say who sent it, I promise. But I want to be able to help you and answer any questions you might have.
Does Schoology have any features like Google Classroom where you can do like a Google Meet with students?
So that's where my understanding, and you can tell me if I'm incorrect in my understanding, you guys have Google Meet and it provides you with the link and that's what you're going to add into Schoology. Is my information incorrect?
That sounds
Okay.
probably correct. We haven't heard yet.
Okay. Yes. Today it was requested that I make sure that you all know how to add a link. And that's why that was like my number one thing I went through. So if I need to go over a link one more time, please ask me to, and I sure will do it so that we all understand.
Thank you.
Yes, of course. And again, if it were my course, that would be that very first link when you came into my course would be Google Meet with Mrs. Patterson, maybe. Let's call it www.googlemeet.com. I don't know what it is. Come meet with me. And then I would have my photo or something that would like alert them that this is where you're going to click to meet with me so that they know, maybe it'll be a photo of me. They know that this is where the meet link is. And I would have that at the very top of my course. Now, Angelina, I know you've mentioned about the classroom banner. I do want to talk about that because when you're in that elementary view, Angelina, just to call out, you don't get that classroom banner like you do in the secondary view. That elementary view takes that away. But if you want to use secondary view, which I think that's why you guys went through today's training was to see the elementary view. Hopefully that answered your question. Answered that. All righty. I do have I do have a survey that I would love for you guys to fill out. It was in that course for today, and I'm going to reshare my screen. Let me go back. In my course, at the very bottom, you'll need to come, I guess it makes sense. I'm sorry, I went back to that. Didn't need to. You'll come to the very bottom. It says session evaluation. It even has a PR-138573. You'll need that number. When you click on it, it's going to ask you to complete this survey. The very first question is the project number. Here is that project number. I ask that you mark how I did as a presenter outside of all the technical issues we had outside of that. How did I do presenting? I'm sorry about the technical issues and I appreciate your flexibility. But ideally, I just want to know, did I do a good job as a presenter? Did you get all the information you wanted and hopefully wanted to know? I'm also going to put my email in the chat. Don't tell anyone I gave it to you. But if you have questions after today, I know you guys were kind of a quiet bunch. So if you have questions that you just didn't feel comfortable asking during today's session and you just want to email me, please feel free to email me. I want you guys to be able to move into using Schoology and feel confident. And sometimes some people just don't feel welcome to answer or ask questions in a large group. So you're welcome to message me after and I will respond, I promise. So again, if you'll just complete that survey, and once that survey is complete, you are free to go and enjoy your 3-day weekend. I really, truly enjoyed spending today talking with my wonderful elementary teachers. And again, just reach out if you need anything.